Hey guys, what's up? In this video I'm going to be doing what's on my iPhone. Today's date is March 19th, 2014. So, let's get started. Along the top I have calendar, photos, camera, maps, passbook, and app store. These are apps that I use. Oh, and settings. These are apps that are default apps. You can't get rid of them, but they are apps I use frequently enough. So that is why they are up there. Of those apps, I probably use calendar, camera, and app store. Well, and settings. Those four the most. Passbook is an app that I've always wished I could use more, but unfortunately developers haven't really embraced it in a way that I think they should or could. So unfortunately it kind of lays dormant for me. My next app or folder is my social folder. Not a lot in here right now. I'm still figuring out what social network apps I like and all that fun stuff. But right now I've got Facebook, Tweetbot, Instagram, Pages, Messenger, and Hootsuite. I primarily use Tweetbot and Facebook and Pages the most. Speaking of Pages, I have created a Facebook page. Just search ChromaJT in Facebook. Link will be in the video's description if you want to check it out. Definitely worth looking into. I'll be posting a lot of cool news articles. I'll post whenever I have a new video out, and it's how I'll be interacting with you guys to do Ask Me Anythings, and during live shows is where I'll take your questions, because the last time I did a live show on YouTube, the comments got really crazy, really hectic. I'll still take questions from comments, but just having that second place to view questions and comments will be much easier in the Facebook page. Moving on, Scanner Pro allows me to scan documents. I know Tiny Scan is out there, but or Turbo Scan, whatever it's called, I love Scanner Pro. Don't get me wrong, I've used Turbo Scan. Honestly, Scanner Pro does a much better job at OCR and the definition of text. It has come a long way. I've been using this app for a very long time, and it does an amazing job. I cannot say enough about Scanner Pro. Cloud folder essentially is all my cloud storage applications, such as Dropbox, Google Drive, Copy, and Box. Remind 101 is the app I use to send you guys the text messages when I go live. Scan and Out I use to check people in using my QR code attendance system that I developed. My entertainment folder. This is basically, for the most part, videos and television, with one exception of there being remote in there, because I have an Apple TV. Yeah. Apps gone free. If an app drops in price, that's where I'll go to find out what apps dropped in price. There are more of them. I will be downloading more, but that one is probably by far the best one of the bunch. I've yet to find one that is as good as Apps Gone Free. With the push notification and all the stuff they do, awesome application. My music folder, Pandora, the music app, and Shazam. I probably use music and Shazam the most. Shazam, essentially what it does, if you're not familiar with it, it will use your microphone on your phone and listen to the audio around you to find what the name of the song is, and will give you a link to where you can go buy it on the App Store. I've used that several times in the car when a song comes on the radio and I don't know what it's called. I'll use that, and it does a really good job. I very rarely had problems with that app. Feature Points is not an app, it's a web app. But you can earn points and use those points towards iTunes cards, paid applications, Amazon cards, PayPal cards, whatever the case may be. Essentially, it's free money. Who doesn't like free money? And by the way, if you use my link, which will be in the video's description, tap it from your iOS device, and you will get more points just for using my link than you would normally if you didn't use my link. iWork. This folder contains all of my iWork suite apps. Pages, Numbers, Keynote. Pretty standard applications. They're made by Apple. You guys know the drill on those. Of those three, I probably use Keynote the most. My Notes folder is where Evernote and Notability live. If you know me, you know I love Notability. It's been on the iPad for a very long time. It used to be iPad only. A couple releases ago, they made it cross-platform, so now it is iPhone and iPad, and it syncs with iCloud, so it's not two separate versions. When they first came out with the iPhone version, it was not able to sync between the two. Now they can. Or I think it could, but there was something weird about that first version on the iPhone. But whatever it was fixed in the next iteration. It wasn't that long before that iteration came out. Moving on. iClicker essentially is what Keynote Remote used to do and what Keynote now does as the remote function of Keynote, but with PowerPoint. So it's a little clicker for your iPhone. You can turn your iPhone into a little clicker. Pretty cool. My travel folder. This folder usually always has Just Landed and Flight Track Pro in it, and when I get ready to go on trips, this folder grows. You'll remember a couple What's on My iPhones ago, I highlighted some Disney apps. Those apps will be coming back. They haven't made it back on yet. I just have not had the time to put them back on. But probably by the time I go to Disney, I'll have a new iPhone. So, that's that. MailChimp. You probably are all familiar with the service. It allows you to send broadcast emails to people through subscription-based services. You can pay for it. You can get it free. I'm just on the free account. Definitely watch out for more blasts coming soon. That's just their free iOS application. The defaults folder, with a couple of exceptions, are all the default apps that Apple gives you that you cannot delete, and I rarely ever use. Like, I've never used Game Center. I never have ever used Newsstand. I very rarely use voice memos. They're there. I know they're there. iTunes Store. I don't use it that often. If I'm gonna buy a song, I usually buy it on my computer and sync it over through iTunes Match. Weather. I use it, but not as frequently as you would think. The only app that is not default is Camcard. Awesome application if you get a lot of business cards, which I tend to. That app I do use probably the most out of this folder. I don't know why I stuck it in here. I probably will move it at some point. I think, if I remember correctly, I did that because Contacts was in here, and that actually makes sense, and I think about that. That way the two apps were together. Locker Gnome. If you don't know Locker Gnome, it's a YouTuber that I have watched for years. His real name's Chris Perillo. He has 2 YouTube channels now. It used to just be the one. YouTube.com/LockerGnome or YouTube.com/TheGeeksLifestyle. Both of those are his channels. The Geek Lifestyle channel is his techie videos. His Locker Gnome channel, which was the original channel, is now just vlogs. He split the channels not too long ago, and it works fairly well. Find My iPhone. It's an Apple application that I don't know why Apple doesn't just make default on everyone's iPhone. It's a good security measure. It's free with iCloud. Everyone should just, if you don't have that application installed, download it. It comes in handy so many times. Keyring. This app is essentially what Passbook should be. In the fact that you can add store loyalty cards, have them scanned. It's essentially Passbook, but that app existed before Passbook, and I was using it before Passbook, so I have both, and I use them both pretty regularly. Financials, I've got receipts and Expensify. My business folder, which now I'm looking at, also has a finance app, which I should probably move over. Eventbrite, Entry are tied to the service Eventbrite. If you've never used it, awesome service. Fuse, Shoebox, which needs to be moved over. LogMe and Rescue, LogMe in. I have not paid for LogMe in forever, so I should probably delete that. But I do have the app still there from back when I used to use those programs. And LogMe and Rescue I use very rarely, but every once in a while it comes in handy. Speed test, it has network speeds. Paper Karma, I've highlighted this app so many times. You get junk mail, you scan it, it will do its best to unsubscribe you from that junk mail. Awesome application, free app, Paper Karma. And the last app is ClearCam. Essentially what it does, takes a series of 6 images, it keeps the clearest one. Awesome application. And then I'm down on my dock, I've got messages, phone, mail, and Safari. Well, that is what is on my iPhone. Currently in March of 2014. I'm sure it will change again. I will try and do another one of these probably in a couple months. I seem to be doing every other month. So next one would probably be May or June. Probably May, because June usually gets bogged down with WWDC and a lot of videos come out from that. So, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here. Peace!